Welcome back, everyone. For today's video, we are back with some great content. Now, today we're going to start a series where I'm going to be playing against the great chess program Stockfish. Now, this has been requested by you guys, the fans, on many occasions. So we're going to be playing against Stockfish on the website Lichess. There are 8 different levels for this engine, and we're going to start with level 1. So without further ado, let's jump right into the action. Now, we're going to play with 5 minutes and 3-second increment. We're going to play standard with real time. So we're going to do a random. I'll play white or black. Let's just see what we get. So here we go. So I get black in the first game. Now, I don't know exactly what the levels correspond to. I'm going to assume that with the first couple of levels, I should be able to beat this engine relatively easily. Okay, so we got knight f3. I'm just going to play a6 here. We got the move bishop to f4. Now, again, I don't know the strength. So I'm going to play the move e6 here with the idea of c5 to activate the bishop. I could also play bishop b4. I think bishop b4 is supposed to be a reasonable move as well. Let's just go bishop b4 since I don't know exactly what the strength of this level 1 Stockfish is. We get knight d2, and now I'm going to play the move knight to d7. Now, knight d2 strikes me as a little bit of an unusual move. Probably not the move that I would expect. Get h4. Now, I could go c5. I think I'm just going to play c5 here. Try to attack the center very quickly. You get the move bishop d6. Now, that move is a little bit perplexing to me. It's not the move I expected somehow. Let's think about this. So if I take, I don't like that. Queen b6 takes. I think I'm just going to go queen b6, attack the bishop. You get takes. Could take with a bishop. I could also take with a knight here. I think I'm going to take with a bishop, offer a free trade of the bishops. The pawn on b2 is weak here. Now, if I take, it has knight a4. So I'm not really sure what's going on in this position. I actually feel like I should be better somehow, but the problem is without knowing the exact level of the bot, it's a little bit tricky to figure out here. So what I am going to do in this position is not castle. I really want to go bishop d6, but if I go here, there is knight c4, which I don't really like. So I don't like that. I really do want to trade these bishops. So how do I do that? Queen b2, knight a4, queen a3. It's playable. I'm really worried because this is a program. I think I'm just going to play solid chess. Let's go bishop e7 back, avoid any forks. Goes knight a4 anyway. I guess we'll play queen a5 to hit the knight in the diagonal. You get b3. Now, this move is definitely a mistake. This is definitely a mistake because now I can go b5. I think I have knight to e4 next move, so that's a free piece. Luckily, we're not playing the odds games against Stockfish. There is another version of Stockfish which plays odds. But luckily, we're not playing that yet. As you guys know, I've played many times and gotten crushed. We'll probably be doing that soon. But for right now, we're simply going to be playing regular games against all 8 levels. So let's take the knight. I have bishop b4 here. I'm up 2 pieces currently. I should win this game pretty soon. Let's take with the bishop. Let's go back. We're going to fork the king and the queen here with knight to c3. We get the block. I'll just take with the bishop. Pretty much everything wins here. I think I'll go takes, take the rook here. Up a ton of material. This bot played about the first 10 moves relatively well, and then it just blundered the whole house. So I'm gonna say the rating level for this version of Stockfish maybe around like 1,000. Maybe that might even be a little bit generous. Let's take the pawn here. Let's go check. Let's take the bishop. I think with this bot, we're not going to, or for this level of Stockfish, we're not going to need a secondary game. It's pretty clear that I can beat this level pretty easily. So we beat level 1. All right, this game, not a whole lot to it. Did not play at a very high level. There's no need to do a rematch against level 1 Stockfish because I know that I'm going to beat it every time. All right, so let's move on. We're going to play level 2. Same time, control 5 minutes, 3-second increment. Let's do random, and away we go. So I get white. So I'm going to play knight f3. Now, I'm presuming that level 2, there probably somewhere out there is a guide that tells you how strong these levels equate to. So I probably could take more risks against level 2 than I would against like level 6 or 7. But nonetheless, let's just play simple chess. So I develop the bishop, develop the knights. I'm going to castle here. We'll probably get a pawn takes pawn. I'll take with the knight. Okay, we get h5. Now, this is just a bad move. So I'm going to go d5 here, try to open up the center of the board very, very quickly. With black having pushed this pawn up the board, it's going to be very hard to castle the king. I'll just go h3. No need necessarily, but I just stopped the pawn from going forward. Let's go rook to e1. I'll take with the queen, develop the bishop, try to play in the center. Let's go e5. immediately exploding everything here as quickly as possible. You'll notice in this bishop black has 1 2 3 4 5 6 pieces on the back rank. This is a very, very bad start. I'm also going to beat level 2 very, very quickly. There's now a huge problem on this diagonal. The rook's weak. This king, no development. Let's just take the rook. Get d5, just take the pawn. Level 2, not much better than level 1, I would say. I'm going to go bishop g5 next move, try to trade some pieces. Oh, well, just blunder mate in 1. I thought it would do something different. Okay, let's just take the knight. Let's take the bishop. Okay, let's make a queen, and this should be checkmate right away. We just take with the queen, pre-move, and it's GG. All right, what to make of level 2? Also, not a very strong version of Stockfish. This level I beat at ease, as you saw. So first 2 levels, definitely nowhere near even master level to begin with. Now, as we know, it's only gonna keep getting harder. So let's move on. Now we're gonna play against level 3. We'll do random once again, and off we go. Thus far, very straightforward. It's kind of funny because you guys probably see this. You're like, it's super easy, no big deal. I think by the end, it's going to be really, really painful for me. It's going to go from being very easy, where I can play with my eyes closed, to being a massive struggle. Not only just to not lose the game, but not only to just survive, but make a draw. Winning will not be part of the equation. Okay, let's go g6 here. I'm going to go for the fianchetto and castle next move. Pretty straightforward stuff. Let's castle. I think I'm going to go knight a6, take with the knight here. Active play in the center of the board. B4 is just a bad move. I'll just take the pawn. Free juicer here. Queen a5, a nice idea to hit everything. Big diagonal. Knight c3. I'm just going to go back. Very calm. Just take the pawn. Diagonal's open. Now I have queen a5, hitting the bishop and the knight. Of course, a 90-degree right triangle. Now we go here. It's also another 90-degree gigantic right triangle here. Everything is hanging. We get knight d4. I think I just take with the queen. That's just a free piece. You'll notice that here I have 1 2 3 4 minor pieces, whereas white has 1 2 3. So I'm up a minor piece here. Now it's a matter of just converting the game. I guess I'll just go knight e4, try to take this pawn. I'll take the pawn. Why not? Knight g3 is also a reasonable move to force a trade. Let's go d6, activate the bishop on this whole diagonal. Castle. Why not? Get bishop e2. I guess I'll play knight e6 here. At this point, what I'm angling for is I'm angling to trade the knights off the board. I'll go knight c7. With the extra minor piece, 4 pieces versus the 3, I'm more than happy to force trades. Let's go here. I want to activate the bishop. If I were to play this right away, I would hang the pawn. So I push this pawn so I can free the bishop, and now this pawn is completely guarded on b6. Do we get a move? Bishop b2. Okay. More than happy to trade, but I'll play bishop d7 first to tickle the rook. If we get the bishop trade, I'll take with the king. Gonna play rook c8 here. Try to exchange more pieces off the board. At this moment, I have 1 extra horse here. With the extra pony, this should be pretty straightforward. Let's go here. Try to open up some open files for the 2 towers. Could go rook c2, but I think I'll just take right away. No reason not to. With this extra pony, I'm more than happy to exchange off all the pieces on the board. Guess I'll go here, try to control these 2 open lanes, maybe create some kebabs on the second rank if possible. Let's go here. Rook b2, rook g2, also an idea. Let's trade. More than happy to trade. Go h5 here. I did not expect rook takes d6. Let's go here. I guess it's just going to be checkmate pretty soon. If I go takes. Okay, 2 extra rooks. Very straightforward. Just trade the pawns here. Let's go here. Threaten maybe a mate. I don't actually see an instant mate here. I'm trying to checkmate this king somehow. Let's go here. Should be some way to checkmate. Let's go check. Guess I'll take. Just take. Now it has to push the pawn. I wait, and then we get the classic ladder checkmate with rook to h2. So king gets stuck here. No escape scores whatsoever. The rooks cover everything. All right, first 3 levels. Pretty smooth sailing so far. Not too surprising, I would say. Let's keep going. We're now going to play against level 4. So again, same thing. 5 + 3, random color. Off we go. Now, if you were to ask me, my prediction is somewhere around level 6 is where it's going to become very strong. I suspect 4 and 5, I still should be able to beat it pretty smoothly, I think. But we'll see. I'm guessing level 6 is where it's going to become the big dog fight. So we have the two bishops here. This is a Hikaru Khan. I'm going to Fion Cheeto the bishop, castle the king. So all pretty normal so far. Let's go bishop g2. Okay, we get pawn takes pawn. Now, I could trade everything into an endgame after knight takes, and queen d5. There's a massive liquidation. I'm going to go queen e2, and the reason is I can still take the pawn, but I keep these two queens on the board here. Let's just go h4, take the pawn next move. It feels like it's playing better, by the way. I feel like this version of Stockfish level 4 is playing much better than the previous 3. Ooh, as soon as I say that, plays f5, which looks like a very bad move. Just create, there are all these weaknesses suddenly. Okay, let's just castle idea rook e1 to hit the pawn. Might have allowed some weird g5 move, but it doesn't do it. Okay, let's go rook to e1, pressure on this pawn. Let's go d4, try to activate the center point, bring the bishops into the game. I'm actually gonna go c4 here, and the reason I'm gonna play c4 is this king is currently very safe, but I really want to start opening up files and diagonals. I'm gonna sack a pawn to open up the diagonals, open files, open everything. I don't know if I'm like much better yet, but I feel like I should be. Whoa, king g6. That is not a move I expect. Now, what do I want to play here? It's an interesting situation. Like, I don't really want to take because then this knight jumps in very quickly to the center of the board. I mean, maybe I should just play rook d1. I guess I'll play rook d1. Just guard everything. There is rook e8 here, but doesn't play it. Okay, let's activate the bishop. Great diagonals. Bring the other rook to the center of the board here. Rook e8, very good move. What do I want to do here? Guess I'll go queen d3. I feel like I'm so close to being better, but I'm also so close to not being better anymore. Queen c4 makes sense. Hit the pawn with the queen and the bishop. We get rook e7. Okay, that's this looks very good. Threaten to take the pawn. All kinds of pins on the 6th rank. Could go a3, but there's knight d5. Bishop g5 somehow feels reasonable because I just want to take. I want to really ruin these pawns. I'm going to trade. I'm going to take. Let's take, of course. Go here. If knight d5, I take, and there's a pin in place, so you can't recapture. I go here. The knight is, I believe... Oh, the knight's not trapped. There's rook e1. But I trade... Okay, I kind of missed that. I did miss that. So if I feel like there should be a way to trap this knight, but maybe not. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trade into an endgame. We get rook a7. That's probably a good move. I go... Still much better, but this is not exactly what I was hoping for. If I go rook c1, there's knight d3. If I go here, there's knight c2. Maybe. How do I do this? Bishop d5, rook d7 would be bad. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna try to dominate this pony if I can. Get rook d7, logical move. I go king f1, rook d1, king e2, rook b1. I can move my bishop. Guess I'll go here. Try to force a trade. Get the trade. This might already be a draw, by the way. I might have messed this up. This might not be winning anymore. I go b3. I mean, b3 feels right somehow, just to force a trade. d4. Okay, so b4, but I guess I'll take. Did I just allow f4? It had f4 there. Maybe I should have played f4 first, but get rook d8. Okay, this should be winning for me now if I'm precise. So I'm gonna go f4, permanently clog the king side here, and now I run my king over. This must be winning. Go here, walk the king over, walk the king, escort the juicer all the way up the board. Let's go here. Go here. Now I have a4, a5, a6, a7. Start pushing. I can also put the rook behind the pawn as well. Keep pushing. Let's put the rook behind the pawn here just to show you guys how strong the rook with the passed pawn is here. This rook is just dead on b8. I just keep pushing. The rook behind the pawn. Rook can never move because I simply queen. So now I just walk the king up. Go here. Make a queen. Let's take. Okay, so we get the win against level 4. Not the best game I've ever played. I'm not going to pretend this was a great game. We'll cut the king off on the back rank. Move the king. If we goes here, mate, we go here. Anytime the king comes over, you just checkmate. Gotta go. And now we get checkmate. 1. Not my best game. I showed some nerves there facing the computer towards the end of that game. I still got the win. It wasn't 100% precise. And in fact, I suspect around the time that I took on a4, right, if we go back a few moves, I suspect that right around this moment, this was probably a draw with f4. I guess, do I do analysis board? Yeah, right here after takes, f4 would have been a draw here. So I should have played rook to c4, which was apparently the winning move, and I missed it. But that's how it goes. We still get the win anyway in this position. So let's keep moving on. All right. Now we're going to play level 5, and we're going to again do a random color draw. Let's get going. Now I'm definitely a little bit concerned. Get e4. All right. I'm still going to try to be aggressive. I still feel like this is 5 of 8. I should be able to beat it is what I feel like, but let's see if that's what happens. I'm going to go a6 here. Get a4. Let's play knight to c6. Knight f3. Logical. g6 is a move. e5 doesn't look right. Knight f6. I'm going to try because e5, I think I have knight g4, queen e2, queen c7. Big moment here. We'll get queen e2. Now, that is not the move I expected. I go queen c7. Is there some knight d5 trick? I don't think so. Point is, if Stockfish goes to e5, I want to be able to play knight g4. I also have knight d4 now. I also have bishop d6. A lot of options. Let's think about this. Knight g4 I kind of like, actually. Knight g4, g3. But then what? I don't know. Okay, let's just go here. Idea to stop e5. I create the double A battery on the diagonal. Queen d1. That looks like a very strange move to me. I think what I'm going to play here is I think I'm going to go b6. Idea to create this double fianchetto on the this fianchetto so that I've got the two b's on the diagonal. Great bishops. Okay, now I think the move I'm going to play here is knight to e5. And the reason I'm going to play this move is again, open up the diagonals for the bishops. Get d3. I could take. I'm just going to go h6 here. Probably I should trade the knights at some point, but I'm also looking to just attack here because since everything is so close in this position, even g5 here looks very reasonable. Yeah, I think I'm going to go g5 here. I probably will castle queenside at some moment. I don't really have to decide where my king goes because with no open files, like they're pawns on all these files, everything is completely clogged. Rook g8 looks reasonable. Let's go rook g8. Idea to play g4, open up the file. Two b's, great diagonal. I might be looking at g4. That is not a move that I considered. Can try to get extravagant and activate the knight. Do I want to do it? It's hard to know because I don't know how strong this version of Stockfish is. So I think I'm just going to go h5 instead. Idea g4. Get king f1. Okay, that's also not a move I expect. Okay, let's take. It's going to take. Whoa. Okay, so clearly the engine knows it's in trouble because it's just hanging a pawn here. If I take and play h2, there's still bishop g5. I still think I should take this pawn, though. It's got to be right with the pawn push. It takes. Now, I can always castle queenside whenever I want. It's more a question of whether I should, and I think I'm just going to castle queenside. I don't have to do this, but I want to activate my rook. Maybe I've got knight h5, knight f4 somewhere. Maybe I also have d5 here. Wait, maybe rook e8 and d5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go rook e8, idea d5 to open up the center. Get a5. I assume it's gonna be sacking material here is my guess. Maybe I should have just gone d5 in one go. And if I don't really want to take. Okay, let's go b5. Get f4. Okay, this is getting kind of sharp suddenly. So I guess I'll take, and I'm gonna go knight h5. I'm hitting the bishop and the pawn. Bishop b3. I mean, this should be. Well, if I take, there's also. Okay, let's go f6 here. I'm going to try to attack on this side. I could take the bishop, but I'm a little bit worried about a double stack. Probably wrongly, but I am a little bit worried about it. Okay, now I'm just going to go here, force the queens off the board, reach an endgame, and I win with no concerns. So let's just take. Again, queen can't go anywhere due to the pin. So I trade the queens here. I move my king up. to stop any tricks with this queen. I cover the square, which doesn't even matter. I'll take with the rook, put the other rook on a8. Let's go here, stop the pawn. I guess I'll just take. More than happy to exchange rooks here, obviously. Let's take. Okay, now level 5 Stockfish is pretty much thrown in the towel. Looks like I can just push the P here. I'll create a queen. Should win this one relatively soon. Get this. I will take. Let's go check. And now I go queen c1. Checkmate. All right, so we have defeated Stockfish levels 1 through 5 thus far. None of these games have been particularly challenging, which maybe is a little bit surprising. I thought by level 5, since there are only 8 levels, it would start to put up a big fight. But thus far, none of these Stockfish level 1 through 5 have really put up any resistance whatsoever. So I would say that when I look at these levels, probably I still think Stockfish is playing at maybe a 1700 level around there, based on the blunders it's making. Maybe at moments closer to like 2000 level, but really not a challenge, at least for a player of my level. So that is going to do it for our video today. We played against Stockfish levels 1 through 5 on the site Lichess. Of course, we are going to continue playing against the other 3 levels, levels 6, 7, and 8. Probably not going to be as fun of a video, not as casual or chill, but at any rate, that's going to do it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you smash that subscribe button below, and make sure to tune in as I play the final 3 levels of Stockfish on Lichess. Hope you guys enjoyed it and have a great rest of your day. See you. Bye.